Hi guys, welcome to my channel, El&Y. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And for today's video, as you can see what's going on behind me, is going to be a little bit of stitching. Okay, so here I have behind me is a graph. If you can see, this is my middle daughter. You might not be able to see that good because it's pretty far away, but let me just take a little piece out of here. This little corner that I took from over there. So if we come closer, you can see that this is a graph. It has numbers over here and up here, and each one of these are a square with a letter, which symbols a certain thread color. So this is a graph to do a cross stitch that I'm going to be working on for the next while. And I wanted to make a little series and bring you guys along as I complete this project. So I'm thinking about doing maybe like one video a month and kind of doing like a stitch along with me and going over how much I did that month as a way to keep me accountable and have me more motivated to work on it, to document my progress and share with you guys my journey on cross stitching. This is my first ever piece that is this big. This is a 300 stitches by 300, so I think that's like 90,000 stitches in total. As you can see, there's a lot of empty space over here and over here. This is like her hair over here, so every like little pieces. So I am not sure if I'm gonna do the whole 300 by 300 stitches or if I'm just gonna go and chop off this part and not do it and just go like around here. I am considering that since it's a lot of stitches to do and will take a while, but as of right now, I'm not sure. So let me start by going over the tools that I have for this project. So as you can see, I created this graph online. I forgot the website. I'll link it down below. It was a website where you upload a picture for your camera roll and you choose what by what you want it. So there was like a 90 stitch by 90 stitch, and 300 was the biggest size. And I went with that size to have the most detail. And I made my picture black and white just because when I did the colored version of this, the colors were a little bit off and it didn't look that good. So I just went ahead and did a black and white version, and I am loving it. And yeah, so I created this graph on a website online. I'll link it down below because I'll have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. And it turned the picture into a graph, and it also has a key. It gave you a key of all the DMC thread colors, and I put this graph into the app. Hold on a second. Okay, so here I have this tablet, and actually you can't do this on an iPad. I tried, but this certain app called Pattern Keeper is not supported by iOS, which sucks, but it's only for Android, I think. Yeah, Android. So the pattern, it's called Pattern Keepers, and I uploaded it onto here, and here is how this looks. So this app is very like a lifesaver. I tried. You can see over here, let's zoom in. I tried going by this paper and just documenting like that, but with having the threads left and then crossing it out, what X I finished. It was just getting very confusing to understand going off the paper. So I found this app and I've been using it ever since to document my progress. What I love about it is that it's very easy to document the threads that you have left out to come back to them. And also you pick it. Over here is the key, the number of the thread color, and what letter it represents. So let's see, for example, O, or let's go with K. Okay, so I press K and it highlights all the K's throughout this whole thing, and you just work on it like that. Now, this is my work so far. So as you can see, there's an eye forming, and that is like right over here. This is where I'm working on the area here. So this is Aida cloth material. I think it's 18 count. I can't remember for sure. But I have it in this little hoop at the moment. The extra fabric, I just rolled it up the best I could to keep it out of the way. And I used these little binder clips, and it's not the best setup, but it works for me at the moment. And I have little magnets to keep some needles. I'm almost done with this whole chunk over here. I just have a couple more stitches to do. And as you can see, these are all the threads that I have left out to pick up on later on. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. So each one of these threads you see here hanging out is documented in the app with this half triangle. So I'm currently using this hoop, but I also have this bigger hoop, which I will end up putting the fabric into here. And in the end, this will be the hoop that I frame the work in, because I like to keep my work in the hoops. I will be painting this white because that's what I prefer. But at the moment, I'm using a smaller hoop just to make it a little more convenient to work in. Okay, so my main thing that I have is this little box over here. And when you open it up, this has the key over here, all the colors, and what letter symbol they are for. So that when I have to switch a color, I can just refer to it here. And the way that I like to keep my threads on a bobbin, but also in a Ziploc bag. The reason for that is I have kids, and if I'm ever working around and this like ends up falling away, I know it won't get all over the place. The thread won't unravel or anything if it was like on a chain. Some threads I haven't gotten to putting on a bobbin, but I just throw it in a little Ziploc bag with the number here just to keep it safe, because as you can see, the threads that I did use, the extra thread, since I use only 2 strands and a thread has 6 strands, so for the extra, just put it at the top over here for when I need to get more in the future. And it keeps it nice and clean. And actually found labels. So my material that I'm doing this project on is actually 16 count Aida. I have a little container which slides, and there's extra needles, What else is in here? I have some of these things. Forgot what they're called. But I haven't figured out how to use them yet. Just little long needle looking things with a pin on them. I have an extra binder clip in here. And some more needles. Some more missing needles of the needles that I bought. But yeah, this is mainly to keep my thread for this project in one spot. So I just grab the box when I need to work on my project. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of stitching just to finish up this section over here. So since I'm using this app, I currently have 1,458 stitches already completed. So all of this. And now I'm gonna zoom in to this section. So on the graph in this app, as you can see, these are squares divided. So they're divided by 10 by 10 stitches. So inside the square is 100 stitches. And here is the square that I'm going to be working on over here. So as you can see at the top of the app, there's these three functions. So the first one with these arrows is zooming in and out. The middle one has a magnifying glass. It is to press on the letters to highlight. And the last one, which it has a marker, is the one that you press to highlight. So you see the cool thing when you have the green light on, it only allows you to highlight the green stuff. So if you go like this to the other colors, it doesn't allow you to highlight it mark it, since it's highlighted in green. Only the highlighted in green it allows you. If you accidentally press something, you can just go over it and unmark it. When you have it marked, you want to do the check mark, and it highlights it as completed with the check mark at the bottom. If you accidentally marked it completed, you press on it again, and over here is a frog. You press the frog and it unmarks it for you. Now, the way that I like to start off my cross stitching and not have to worry about making a knot or anything. So from the back, come out, then in, make your slant, and out. Now you turn to the back. We have our loop and our loose thread. So here I'm pulling the loop until the loose thread is short, and I put the loose end through the loop, as you can see. And on this side, I pull it until the loop secures the loose thread, and this way you don't even have to make a knot, and it holds it in place. And it doesn't even come undone, and I find it the easiest way to go with. Okay, so that is all the stitching I'm gonna do for this video. I didn't quite complete it all. I did a good amount, but that's okay. So let me look back at the app just to document and have something to look back at. I currently have 1,474 stitches done. So with that being said, I'm actually going to transfer this into my bigger hoop. So I'm just taking all the binder clips out. This will definitely need to be ironed at the end once the project is done, before putting it in the frame. With all the rolling up, it has become very wrinkly. I would cut the excess fabric just for it to be a little easier to work with, but I don't want to risk cutting too much at the end, and you can always cut at the end fabric, but you can never attach extra fabric. So I'll just work with this. So I'm just gonna loosen this up, and the back piece. Okay, so I currently have it in the bigger hoop, the one that I'm planning to frame this piece in. My calculations are right. It all should fit in here. This is a 18-inch hoop. Now, I'm just gonna pull the fabric to make it everything nice and tight. Now, as you can see, all of this extra fabric I'm going to try and roll it up. Just to kind of get it out of the way. So here I have this rolled up. And just put a little clip just like that. So this is how it looks, and this is the extra fabric that I rolled up to keep it out of the way. And here's this, my threads that I put off to the side are rolled up and held in place with a magnet. Okay, so I went and looped up all the threads to keep it out of place and keep them from tangling and be more neat. So this is the end of this video. This was more of an introductory to my project that I'm going to be bringing you guys along. So I hope you guys like this video and stay along for my future videos, and I'll be back with more videos. Bye!